Hello everyone, welcome to Bargain Gaming, where we can play excellent games without busting our wallets. This is this is again a special episode in continuation to our squad build and composition. In this game, in comparison, in the last episode we discussed what the squad build is like on the final squad build and composition is like. And in comparison, so knowing what the final build would be since we finished the game, now we have a better idea as to what to expect, and then with that in mind, what do we want our initial composition would be, or what our initial build would be going into the game. If we have to start, this is for me, if I have to start the game all over again, what would I do with the way the squad is built out, and what kind of attributes should I develop early in the game, and why I'm doing that. So with that in mind, let's go at their squads. Again, I have the same. We have a leader for the first guy, and his real purpose is influencer. And then the second person, again the same. We will have a scout, and her purpose would be to pull in targets. So and then third one is Bones. Again, her main duty is to heal people. And number fourth is Bull. So composition wise, it's still the same. And now that we know earlier, I will go and pick up Rafi and Pizza Pie earlier and than what I did before. And then also Tak and Rafi, we got them all up to 50. Pizza Pie will try to get her early so that we can, before we head into the final one, all of us will be at 50. So we're all maxed out. We're all tougher than anything. Anyway, so on that basis, in the character build, so because as an influencer, now we know what's going to happen. I gave all of them 10 intelligence points, so that we will have the maximum of like 250 skill points by the time when we hit 50. And then I did not. So they are basically the same. The only difference with leader is that he has more charisma. So as when we hit level 10, I will give him additional one more point in charisma. And then we will be picking up a trinket that will increase our charisma and leadership. So the charisma will be, and because there are certain NPCs like Pizza Pie, it will be hard to get her until we have like 23 charisma as a group total. But then we will have Rafi there, and Rafi has like a +3 charm. And then we will have Rose. Rose maybe have 2 or 3 also. And then we will have Tak, so who's about 2. So all we have to do is, and then we will have found trinkets along the way that will improve the charm +1 of everyone. So before we talk to Pizza Pie, and also what I will do is, the other thing we did not discuss is there is the perks. Okay, anyway, we will do that. So we'll just go through one by one. Anyway, so we will increase his charm to about 5, and so that the group total should be 23 or more, and then we will be able to pick up Pizza Pie. That is the only limiting factor here, because Takayuki doesn't have that charm requirement, or we will not be limited by that charm requirement. Angela Death will be easy to pick up, and then so is Rafi. Anyway, so his main job, so the main difference he has versus the other people are his charisma is slightly higher. And we have to sacrifice awareness and strength and speed to offset that. But we will pick those up as we go. So that means we'll have to make more trips to the vendor because our strength is so low. And then in terms of skills, I just invested everything into assault rifles, so that, because again the first 3 ticks require 2 skill points each, so that's 6, and then the fourth tick requires 4, so that ate up 10 points skill points, and the sniper rifles, I gave it to him so that he will pick up an extra rifle, which we can later on break down, strip, and get modified items from that. So that means we will should be hopefully we'll get a magazine or something that will prevent jamming of our weapons. So that sniper rifle, and the main purpose here for picking up the sniper rifle is because when we have the skill right at the creation screen, they will give us the weapon that tied into that combat ability, and also a few bullets, ammunition for that one. So it doesn't matter where we have 4 skill points in it or 1 skill point in it. We will get 1 sniper rifle and 1 assault rifle, and then the bullets will also be just allocated, like maybe 7 or 8, and 7 or 8 per. Doesn't matter how many ability points we have. So he will be concentrate. The reason for that is that in the sniper rifle, at that level, I think with 4, we are hitting about 62%. So we have a high chance of hitting. And then since we have improved our or we have our character have the 10 intelligence points, we should be gaining 5 skill points every level we go up. So that is why we can very easily invest those skill points in the other in, let's say, in his case, we will be investing it in leadership, because that is his main role, and then hard ass, which is an influencer, and then possibly smart ass. So those 3 points: hard ass, smart ass, but first of all would be leadership. But we have a lot of skill points going in. Anyways, so that is how we have. And then, okay, finally, we also have the perks. In perks, I think I'm pretty sure every 4 or every 5 levels we go up, we get a perk. The perk is determined by all this, like the little carrots per skill that we have. So in assault weapons, we go down to the perks. At the 4th level of assault rifle, we get a full metal jacket. So that means the full metal jacket will give us plus armor penetration when using assault rifles. But I'm not willing to do, perks, so we can take our time doing it. In the end, what is more important for me when I was investing in these, because we get only 1 perk every 4 to 5 every 4 to 5 levels. I think 4 levels. I'm not very sure. Around 4 levels, possibly 5. So hardened for me was more important, because we get plus 1 base armor, and health because we get 1 more constitution, 1 more life. So if we hit the level 50, and these are retroactive, so that means we get 50 hit points more. So those 2, and 3, this is the maximum weight, because our problem is that this is based on our strength, and it's very hard to get our strength up to a high level, because we are limited to only 5 more attribute points as we grow up all the way. So this hoarder is actually very important for us, especially like in the end game, when we had Bones, our doctor, turned into a heavy weapons platform. We need to give her this one, because she doesn't have the ability carrying all those bandages, all those healing items. And then ammunition is also heavy. And then a heavy weapons platform, the minigun weighs 30 pounds. So that is enormous. So hoarder becomes so the perks. Usually people are investing the perks into related to their skills, right? Like sniper rifles and assault rifles. In my playthrough, no, the perks were invested into generally making these our people like hardened, more ability to stay alive longer, to take more damage. So hoarder carry more weight, and then weathered, meaning we can. So when we get critical hit, which we will do, it can sometimes just totally knock us out or kill that guy. So, but that 15% damage might not sound much, but when we have hit points of about 450 to 500, 15% of 500, we're talking about 75 to 80 points of. So instead of dying, we can actually survive with a sliver of health, and then when our turn comes around, we give them all. In our group, we gave all of them ability to heal themselves. So we gave them and then bandages to heal themselves with, and so and because we have like 10 to 12 action points, each self healing costs only 2 points. So instead of moving and healing, or the problem is that when we have our people, our squad, all crouched to get better aim, standing up requires about 2 to 3 action points, and then movement requires some more action points. So if they all of them, but towards the end, I kept a lot of skill points towards the end so that they can have like 4 to 5, 3 to 5 skill points in the medicine, in terms of what call that, in terms of field medic. In terms of field medic, I gave them 3 to 5 each one, so they can heal themselves. So it costs only 2 action points. So if we can heal our own person, each one can heal himself. Then we don't waste all those action points moving from one, crouching, uncrouching, moving, and then healing, right? So that means the crouching and uncrouching and moving, we can do actually 3 or, like, if we have 10 action points, we can heal ourselves 5 times. So why not, right? And so we can get our character back to full health. And so that is the other important thing towards the end game again. But in the meantime, our main character is Bones, and then she will be doing all the healing for all of this group. So where was I? Okay, we're back to the leader, right? Okay, so in the perk point, no, we were talking about perk points. Okay, sorry. So in the perk points, so the general perk points that we have are actually more important, or I found them more useful towards the end game when I was assigning perk points. In fact, I have not invested. Some of them I did not even full. I think I did invest all of them, but they're all in Weathered, Turtle, Tormentor, Hoarder, Healthy, Hardened. A Full Metal Jacket actually for my assault rifles. I gave them. Yeah, I gave them that Full Metal Jacket for the 2 that was heavy, that were specialized in assault rifle, or I think 3 of them was. In my final build, in my final squad, I have I think Leader and Raffi fully into assault rifles, and then my heavy weapons platform was Bones and Bull and Pizza Pie, and then Scout was primarily sniper rifles. And so sniper rifles and assault rifles are the main combat main weapon skills that we have. Anyway, are the main combat. Assault rifles and sniper rifles are the main combat skills that got us through the game. And so that's why when we are designing our composition, that's why we gave them for leader, he will be scout heavy, assault rifle heavy, and the sniper rifle is just to provide bullets for scout. So now scout will be sniper rifles, and then I gave her also the assault rifle so that she will have the extra bullets to give to Angela Death, whom we will pick up immediately. And because she is our bait, I gave her perception early in the game so that she can spot enemies before they spot us. So if we spot enemies, the random encounters as we explore the world map, if we attack them, we can position ourselves first before we actually send scout in and pull them towards us. So we're prepared. We are in a prepared position. Whereas if we stumble into them and they ambush us, the flip side happens. That means the enemy are in an established position while we are like grouped together like a bunch of sheep. And then if one of them throws a grenade into the midst of us, it's like almost like that's the death of the party, especially early in the game. So perception for her is very important. And also her skill is that look at her speed so that she can run towards us so much more quickly than the enemy. So if they try to follow her, she can get back to us, excuse me, in one turn. It might take the enemy maybe possibly 2 turns before they get to us. But in that thing, in the first turn, when they try to get to us, they will come into our field of fire, and then the rest of the squad that we have pre-positioned already can get their damage in and might possibly wipe out that single or double intruders coming into our field of fire. So that way, so that's her main role, and that's why her skill is in such a manner. And as we gain more skills, I will be increasing primarily her sniper rifles and her perception. And then when we get to Bones, Bones again has the same situation, but instead of perception, she'll be field medic. So right now she'll be the sole healer for everyone. That's her purpose. And her skill, her character reflects that. She has adequate speed, but she has a higher coordination. Her main real skill right now is to take pot shots at the people who heads towards us. What we want to do is we will have somebody that can reach out very far to them, and the sniper rifle has a very long range, and so she will be there. And then as they come closer, we have 2 assault rifles, which is our leader and bull, and they can take out the intermediate range. And then of course we still have scout and Bones. We have that ultra long range. So we want to keep them we want to hit them as far away as possible as we can. So by the time they get up to us, if they ever do, they are almost dead. And so that's what her skill tree reflects. So the only difference is field medic. And then finally we have Bull. Again, I gave him a lot. He will be like leader, right? And so his main correct difference is that he has a higher strength. So he will be our pack mule. And then over time, we will be developing specific skills. Like in Bull, we will be increasing some like in our game playthrough, we made him specialized in weaponsmithing, because weaponsmithing I would like to get early in the game so we can start stripping weapons and getting modifications, because rifles and all the guns will jam in this game, and we lose a lot of action points unjamming it, and we actually lose a turn. So that is not good. So if we have the weaponsmithing, it will allow us to strip, and we can strip weapons, and also stripping weapons will remove that weight load, and if we can replace it with a modification like a magazine, then we can just then our weapons won't jam. Okay, so that is our initial 4 person composition. So what we want to do as soon as we get out of all that communication, also be sure to pick up the shovel beside the grave. So in this case, we did not pick up the shovel. The shovel is very important because it allows us to pick up So there's a shovel here. So that's shovel. We pick it up, and then we can take take this. The reason is that there are so many we should lead with Scout so that Scout spots all of these items. Her perception allows her to locate items that normally other people cannot see. So if we come down here, let's go on the map. That's where we are. We started where the graveyard is. That's where we started. That's where the graveyard is. And then we are, those with the little triangles pointing down, that's where we are. And we want to head towards Angela Death. That's where we're headed. Angela Death. And that was the graveyard. And where we are is indicated by these. So that's where we are. So we are traveling towards Angela Death. And so as we travel, see,
Hey, Echo 1.
we spy, we
See
see these. Scout can see all these stones or piles of stones. See, like this pile of stones, they have loot that we can dig up. So right now we're not gonna dig them up. What we want to do is get to Angela Death, because and then there is Angela Death, and what we want to do is talk to her, finish all the conversation we have with her, because she is like our tutorial, our nanny in the early part of the game. She will leave us
basically everything between the prison and the radiation clouds.
Okay, so when we finish the conversation and we say goodbye, she will ask to join us.
Say, listen. So, well, I know it's going against orders, but if you let me tag along and be in at the kill, well...
Yes, we will accept her. So that is our first NPC. And Angela Death is awesome. She is awesome. She is a great nanny. So we can put this into her secondary slot. So square X, X, and circle will put it into her secondary slot. Right now she is a she has what? She has an assault rifle, and so do we. So that's the reason why we picked up both assault weapon and sniper rifles. So we were given a sniper rifle, and we're given an assault rifle, and we were given ammunition for both. So we can give this to pressing square. We can, and then pressing X by choosing Scout. We can give 10 of those bullets to her because we're not really firing those, and then pressing right shoulder button. Now we pick up 22 assault rifle bullets, 556. We can pressing square. We can give it to Scout, to leader, right? And then shoulder button. We find bones have. Okay, we will give that to pressing square. We give that to. I think Angela actually is more important for this. Let's give her, because she is very good when. Let me rephrase it. Angela Death is our main damage dealer in the first four or five levels, and so she needs all the bullets that she can get.
No need to tell Vargas why I joined you. If anybody asks, I'm just helping you get oriented.
Okay,
right?
Here we can press the right trigger and we get the weapons wheel, and we need to swap weapons because she is Scout, and then pressing square we reload it, and then we go to right shoulder button, we pick up bones. Again, R2, using left stick we move down, we swap weapons. So, and then square we reload that. And so we have M1s for our assault weapons, and that's Angela Death. And then, yeah, okay, so we are all loaded. So look at Angela Death. Angela Death, when we look at her character, she has 8 coordination. So she has a very high chance to hit. She has 8 coordination. She has 6 awareness. So that means her critical chance is very high at 13%, and her initiative, combat initiative, is at 14. She will go way ahead of leader, which is 9. Our scout, which we gave her high awareness and high speed, is still only 11. And then 9 for bull. So she will always go ahead, and that is why we want her with the most bullets. And her combat speed also is 2.4, so she can go, and she's level 7. So she is a great nanny. And as we level up and she levels up, we can improve her. What we would like to do is improve her assault rifle skills, because she would be absolutely like OP in the early rounds. So that's what we want to do with her. So her skills will all be dedicated to assault rifle. And when we look at her skill tree, look at her. She has brute force. She has hard ass. She has weaponsmithing. She has outdoorsman. She is a great initial nanny for us. Brute force, we will. That means that is what bull will be picking up. Hard ass, that is what leader will be picking up. Weaponsmithing, that's what bull will be picking up. Outdoorsman, that's where scout is better already. I don't think we'll do with any blunt weapons. Anyway, Angela, another spoiler for you guys, we will lose Angela by the time we get to almost to the middle of the game. So in the first third of the game, she will be absolutely useful for us. So it gives us time to grow our character. And then in terms of gameplay, what we want to do is let's look at the world map. Pressing up on the D-pad, we look at the local map, and then if we press R1, R2, or R3, we will see the world map. So we see Ranger Station and we see Ranger Tower. Now, for the first we're currently at level 1. What I would advise is that we will be just circling around Ranger Citadel and doing random encounters, farming in effect, to pick up more items, which will go back to Ranger Citadel, sell them, replace them, or pick up more bullets, because bullets will be very hard to pick up. We'll have to pick up loot item drops and then sell them and then exchange them for bullets. And then we'll get up to our level to about 3 or 4. Then my advice would be, and then visit the Ranger Tower, and then come back here, and then Ag Center will be given to us. Once we're about 6 or 7, then we will have 2 choices to do Ag Center or High Pool. High Pool is a shorter mission. Ag Center is very, very long, and it has a potential to level our characters by 3 levels, 2 to 3 levels. And most especially, we will be picking up a Dr. Rose. She's very good in medicine and surgery. So that means we can postpone Bones' ability or medical requirements later. We don't have to build up her skills. So instead, we can build her skills in terms of other areas like alarm, hacking, or computer science skills. So that's why. And then once we have finished Ag Center, southeast of Ag Center before prison, that's another area to farm, and then we can go north to Nomad Railway and then farm and then pick up Pizza Pie, and then anyway, so those are 3 farming areas, and then that will be the first half of the game. So I hope this thing has been helpful for you guys, and I thank you for joining me. I hope you will join me in the next episode. Bye.